Technology Student Association is a STEM club in Valor. What is the best of this club is a state competition, in which students showcase the result of their efforts over the past year. The TSA competition is held once a year in February. If you are interested in being a STEM student and want to major in this area in the future, Valor TSA is a good choice for a club. Today, we invite Ms. Schellenberger, the leader of this club, to introduce the club and the competition. So, hi, Ms.
Hi.
Schellenberger. Yeah. Okay, thanks for you for being here.
You're welcome.
And our first question today is, what is TSA Club and what is students mostly work on?
Okay, well, you had said it's called Technology Student Association. That's correct. It is a very large national and international organization that invites middle school, actually it's included in middle school and high school students, to compete in over 40 different events. And the different events range from very STEM-oriented things like coding and robotics to very creative things like fashion design, graphic design, music production, photography. So it's a wide range of things that students can compete in and lots of different events. And so what students work on when they come to TSA is really whatever interests them. So this past year, we had students working on fashion design and then also doing things like software development and video game design, and then also working on building bridges. In the event in TSA there is called structural design and engineering. So really just whatever students are working on is just what the events, they choose to work on the events that are interesting to them.
Okay, thank you. And what is the TSA competition?
What takes place in the competition?
Yeah, like when's the competition?
So
or where it is? Yeah.
Well, what students typically do is start preparing for the state conference, which is really a state competition, and that does happen in February each year at the Tech Center. And they prepare these events. A lot of events require work ahead of time. As you can see in those pictures, that's the fashion design event. And so events, there's just a big difference from one event to the other in terms of the amount of work involved. Sometimes there's extensive work required in preparation before the conference even takes place, and that can involve, sewing outfits to building something to, we had 2 different teams do board game design, so they designed and created everything that would be needed for a board game, a unique board game that was completely designed. And then there often is documentation involved, and so students have to prepare a report on their design process and on what they have actually created. And then there are other events that take place just at the conference where there's almost no preparation involved whatsoever. So there is a robotics competition that Valor has medaled in the last 3 years running. We've had 2 first place trophies, 2 second place trophies, and 1 third place trophy in the past 3 years. And so during that event, students show up with completely unassembled robotics parts. They just bring stacks and stacks of supplies, and they have 4 hours to design and build a robot that will meet the challenge that they are given at the time. So that's just one event that's called an on-site event, but there are many other on-site events that don't require preparation ahead of time, but most do require some type of preparation.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And another question is that how many students are now currently in the club? And what are some awards they win in the NAS competition?
Oh, goodness, without a list in front of me. Well, we had 27 students go to the state competition this year, which was great. And so I mentioned this robotics event, which is actually called System Control Technology. And we took first and second in that. We took third place in fashion design. We took second place in video game design and in software development. And we took third place in drag design, which was that's a fun one, where individual students build dragster cars and then race them down with powered cartridge. So we took third in that. That might be it in terms of medals, but we had lots and lots of other students who did a great job and made semifinals in their events, and that is actually too many to even just list off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's really a lot of award, and we really did a really good job.
Yeah.
So, another question is, how could the club or the competition benefit us?
Oh, I think it's a great benefit to students because you learn how to work with teams. Most of the events are team oriented, which can sometimes be really challenging to figure out how you're going to divide up tasks, who's got the gifts in which area, and then working together to create a product that's like a board game. That's a really difficult to do. So you have to learn how to work in groups. You also have to learn how to document and make a nice presentation. Hence this portfolio, or documentation portfolio, they often call it, where you have to like write out everything that you did and learn to keep track of the work that you did. So it's a lot about learning to work with others, to write about what you did, understand the process. And then most of the events at the conference, if you make the semifinal event, they usually involve some kind of semifinal interview. And so then you have to make sure that you know how to interview well, you have to present yourself well, you have to be able to explain just to a human being what your process was, what you did, and some of the challenges and inspiration for whatever the project was.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing today. Yeah, and I hope there will be like more and more students join our club
So too.
and come to support us.
Mhm.
Yeah, join Valor TSA. And thanks for watching.